Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It is November 5th. Today I'm back with another video. So today I have a good bit of stuff to talk about. Um, I guess let's get started. I was gonna upload yesterday. Actually, I was gonna upload Thursday and yesterday. Thursday, I was having problems with my OBS, uh, and significant problems. No, I finally figured out what was wrong with it. Um, apparently my hotkeys changed every time I would use my arrow keys. Uh, I would every time I'd use my right arrow key, I'd pause the recording. So that ended up being the problem of why my recording kept pausing every 30 seconds. Uh, let's get started with the video. The first thing I want to talk about is uh, this weekend storm system that's going to be impacting the southeast. This is kind of what we're currently looking at. Or we can just go ahead and go over to radar scope here, not GR2 because GR2 is too slow. Let's just go over here. We can see Orlando. This is the Melbourne radar, looking at kind of the Orlando area, the Tampa area. We have a decent amount of showers. Nothing too, I guess nothing too widespread. We go further to the north here. Let's go to the Moody Air Force Base radar, which is right outside of Valdosta. That is not going to work, okay? Jacksonville will, but that won't. Okay. Well, we can see we do have a lot of rain across South Georgia, North Florida, and areas like Perry, Live Oak, to the north of Lake City, up in the Valdosta, and then up to sort of Savannah and Statesboro and south and southeast Georgia. We have that rain. All the way up into South Carolina here, we see we have a good bit of rain ongoing. And this is gonna continue for a few days. So let's go over to the HRRR here, or we're gonna have to use a bit of an older run of the HRRR, which is not that good, but still say it's kind of the best thing we have to look at what we're gonna be seeing tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, the HRRR indicates maybe some rain for areas of coastal Georgia, areas of Florida, even the peninsula, and then getting closer to the North Carolina. This low is just kind of spin around itself. Even this is Saturday evening now. We have still rain going on in the Jacksonville area. We're gonna have some coastal flooding concerns too. Rain going on in Charleston, up towards Myrtle Beach and Wilmington. And then it continues to just kind of spin around itself, bringing a lot of rain to coastal North Carolina now. This is Sunday afternoon in the HRR here. And this is kind of a few interesting things. It's going to be fairly cold across the southeast. Look at this. It's going to be almost around freezing. I do feel like some areas still Sunday morning, kind of outside of Atlanta, could maybe still scrape that 32-degree mark. Yeah, and take a look at radar here. Forecasted reflectivity, I guess. And we still see that low right there, and that low is going to help to keep temperatures warmer, for really the next 2 nights, across kind of to the south of Columbia, South Carolina, to the east of Raleigh. You can see, these areas right here are going to be really missing out on the nice cold area back over here. Not really nice, it depends on what you like, but the nice fall-like air back here. It's just not bad. It could be worse, it could be warmer, but it's much cooler over here, further to the west. Let's go back over to the GFS here, and it's going to be warming up next week across the whole south here. We can see temperatures from Oklahoma, Texas, over into North Carolina. There's not much of a difference temperature-wise here. It's either upper 60s, maybe mid 60s, to low mid 70s. pretty much for the whole area. That's it. Not very much. Not a lot of difference here with temperatures. It could be the same temperature in Lake Charles, Louisiana, that it is in Western Tennessee, West Virginia, or fairly close at least. So yeah, and then this is the next thing I want to talk about. This is kind of something I want to go in a bit in depth in here. Okay, I pronounced that completely wrong, but I want to look at this a bit because I found this very interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at the whole U.S. here. Take a look at precip here. So this is Friday next week. This is November 13th, and it's becoming kind of consistent that somewhere. Okay, it's becoming kind of consistent that somewhere in this area we're gonna see some kind of low pressure around this time frame, Friday and the Saturday, the 12th and the 13th here, and we're gonna have we could have a big cold shot behind us. Look at this. That 540 line goes all the way down to Houston. And this is just very cold air back here. Even some snow in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And a lot of rain in front of this. And pretty much what we have going on right here. And you can see, look at this. Snow all the way down to North Carolina next Saturday. And then after this, very, very, very cold, below average air. I mean, not really. I mean, for January, this will be just slightly below average, but for November, very cold air coming down all the way into the southeast. And if this happens, this is going to be a pretty significant deal for the South, the Midwest, the Northeast, because look at that. Some snow for areas like Binghamton, Syracuse. And then look at this. It even indicates maybe some snow moving in the eastern Tennessee and North Georgia. And then that cold really just sticks around for a good bit there. Now this is very uncertain. This is a little bit over a week out. This is about 9 days, depending on how you look at it. So this is uncertain. But if this does occur, it's going to be a pretty big deal. Now, there is a good chance that this could occur, just not like this is showing, not like the GFS is showing. We take a look at temperatures here, and just look at this, though. We're going to see Monday, November 15th, we have 20s up there. These are afternoon temperatures, too. Let's go region by region. 50s in the south, around 50 in Atlanta, not too bad, but you can see Tuesday colder. I mean, it's just cold tonight, maybe some 20s too. And then even up in the let's go to the Midwest here, and look at this. This could be the first really. I mean, not real. I mean, really, could be the first real Arctic blast of the season. And it sticks around for a while too for the Midwest, which would be kind of nice. So yeah, and I want to go ahead and go over to the pivotal weather here. Take a look at the European model. So let's go ahead and get a forecast loop here and take a look at this. All right, so let's go out to when this storm system is supposed to happen. As the European is, from what I've seen today, it's actually surprisingly similar to the GFS temperature-wise. Not kind of surprised. This is kind of our little. Yes, it actually has like two main rounds here. The first one, the GFS has this too. We go back to the GFS. So let's get the same thing going here so we can kind of compare. So GFS kind of has this little, very similar actually. That's like, so Euro is very similar. We have this first storm system here. It has a moving a bit quicker, coming through Friday afternoon, and we have that cold air back behind it. And then it'll really get reinforced once we get the second storm system. We can see right there. Looks like we probably have another cold front that reinforcing one that slams down to the southeast, and I mean, yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. Look at the Euro though, bringing a ton of rain from the south up into the Great Lakes, and look at the Northeast though, a ton of rain. Um, and I mean, likely even some pretty gusty winds for really the whole East. So next week in the, it could get interesting across the East. So we take a look at temp anomalies with the European here, um, and let's go out to. So with that first little cold front here, I mean, not too below average. Just really slightly below average for this area, mainly above average on the west and the east still. The northeast, pretty above average as well. And then we can see that second one though. Look at that though, like Sunday afternoon, November 14th. This is just 9 days out, which I guess I shouldn't say it's just 9 days out. It's pretty far out. The European indicates some pretty pretty some below average temperatures for the pretty much the whole east there, while the west is above average. So I have to see about next weekend here. It's an interesting pattern if this does happen, but I kind of doubt it's gonna happen right now, or I doubt it's gonna happen like this, or like the Euro and the GFS have it happening. I just don't feel like it's gonna happen like this. Look at these temperatures Sunday afternoon, November 14th here. 30s making it down to central Illinois in the afternoon. 40s in the southeast, or in areas of the southeast like Atlanta, Birmingham. 50s up into almost Virginia. Very clear. I mean, what would the right word for this be? We can definitely clearly see our warm nose right here. Very common. We always see this warm nose that goes across the high plains. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens next week. And the last thing we can do is we can go ahead and look at the Canadian. The Canadian, okay, this is interesting. Canadian has this storm system as well around next Friday. Lots of heavy rain, very similar to the Euro. It doesn't seem to have as much cold air though. Like, yeah, so the Canadian doesn't have as much cold air. So that's a pretty significant difference. I mean, yeah, it's definitely colder, but it doesn't seem as below average as the Euro and the GFS. But I mean, I guess it is. I mean, we can see. I mean, Saturday afternoon, November 13th, temperatures are below freezing, all the way down to central Illinois. 40s all the way down to like South Alabama and South Georgia. 30s in North Georgia. That's up in Blairsville. And then, so yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting. We'll take a look at how this has changed tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow. But yes, goodbye.